Ladies and gentlemen, the second phase of the 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, the second phase of the 2019 FTD World Cup will be beginning in just a few moments. As the contestants enter the room, we ask that you please make way for the Parade of Nations. Thank you. Please welcome the anchor from 6 ABC News at 4 and host of FYI Philly, Alicia Vitarelli. And also world-traveling floral designer and the 2002 World Cup champion, Per Benjamin.
So, welcome back, everyone.
Here we are for part two of this competition. I have to say, I walked away from this morning so impressed, inspired, educated. It is a glorious place to be. It is the most beautiful place to be in Philadelphia right now, that's for sure.
I think you've gotten more of an insight into floral design than many people in just those 2 hours, Alicia.
I have. I mean, I feel like, and I have been explaining this to people, what it means to have this competition here in Philadelphia right now. The last time this global competition has been held in the United States was back in 1985 in Detroit. Big round of applause for Philadelphia to host this premier event. I mean, this is the Olympics of floral design. It is the Oscars. When we crown this winner on Sunday, this is, to be a world champion, and you would know, Per was the world champ from 2002, representing his home country of Sweden. You can clap again. Because it's just such an honor and something that just sets the course of the rest of your creative life.
Well, I mean, it did change mine. So, I mean, it opened doors everywhere. So, to this universe of flowers, and this to travel around inspiring other people and designers with floral design. And we have, with these 23 competitors here, we have a house full of talent.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
And we are seeing already just the impressive amount of work that they're doing. As you look around, if you were not here this morning for the competition, their first task is out on display in their pods. This was architectural design.
Yes, and they had 2 hours to finalize that one, and I've seen the judges are still going around. They're doing the last criteria of the judging at the moment, which is the technical part. So that one they do jointly in the whole group, but before that, they've then individually judged both idea, color, and composition of all those designs.
Unbelievable. And the next phase of the competition that we're about to see, hand-tied floral bouquet.
Yeah, and it's hand-tied bouquet to be held by the one single hand.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, you have the parameters here.
I have that. I don't know, maybe if you go to the gym quite a lot, you can make a big bouquet, but you have to be able to carry it with the one hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says the definition, a bouquet consists of flowers, botanicals, sometimes permanent materials tied together in a radial or parallel design. And it has one or several binding points of which one is dominant.
Exactly, and that should be the one you're holding in your hand, so the whole piece follows you. And as you see, it can also sometimes contain of a structure. And I know now with all these designers, they have prepared immaculate, fantastic structures for their bouquet work. So it's not like a bouquet in the normal flower shop.
Okay, so so I'm the amateur, I'm the novice. I'm thinking a bouquet. What I carried down the aisle when I got married. This is hardly that kind of bouquet.
No, this is different. And there's another aspect to this, because they are supposed to demonstrate how color and light are inseparable in this design.
Okay.
And I hear now we have the procession on its way, I think.
Yes.
So let's see. The competitors are coming into the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 23 competitors for FTD World Cup 2019 as they make their way in for the Parade of Nations.
Yes, and they'll soon be up here. You'll get a good view of them on this side here. You see the flags down there at the back. Yeah, give them a warm hand. And we'll see here. Yeah, we have a lot more of an audience than this morning now, so
yes.
It's taking a little time to get them up here. But let's start here. We have from Australia, we have Bart Hassam. And from Canada, we have Paul Jarras. That's good. Do clap them. And from China, we have Yao Wei. And from Chinese Taipei, we got Kelvin Lee. And from the Czech Republic, we got Primož Hitiš. And from Denmark, we have Christina Gudiksen. See, now they're coming up here towards the front. From Finland, we have Pirjo Koppi. And from France, we got Hervé Fressal. And from Germany, we see Stefan Triebe. And from Hong Kong, we got Solomon Leong. And from Hungary, we have Tamas Mesefi. And from Italy, Vincenzo Antonuccio. And from Japan, Kazuhiro Shigemoto. And from Korea, Oh Nguyen. And from Mexico, Leopoldo Gomez. And further from the Netherlands, we see Hans Silstra. And from, see there, from Norway, we have Elin Havreberg. And from Russia, Natalia Sisko. From Spain, Lina Rouge. And from Sweden, Sophie Danielsson Sir. The United Kingdom, Laura Leong. From the home nation, the United States, we have Katarina Stewart. And then finally, but not least, we got Nam Bao from Vietnam. Welcome them all back to task number 2. So there we have all the competitors now ready for their second task of the day. And I hope they have a good feeling. They did perform wonderful
Beautifully.
for the first one.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I said there's 6 members of the jury. They have one of the hardest jobs today besides the designers who put in the work first.
I say it's more pressure on the shoulders of those judges than the
Yes.
designers, because the judges have to be fair to the competitors.
Well, it's so great to have them here. We just want to say a big thank you to our premier sponsor, Smithers Oasis, for providing support for FTD World Cup 2019. That includes toolkits and other supplies for competitors. A great supporter of the floral industry. Couldn't do it without this kind of support. And of course, a big round of applause as well for the Philadelphia Flower Show for partnering with FTD to bring this amazing international floral design competition here to the show. You are witnessing history. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So if you are watching this right now on the 6abc.com live stream or on YouTube, hello to all of our friends who are watching us. You're about to witness some really beautiful hand-tied bouquets in the next 90 minutes. And this competition is unlike anything in the world.
Well, the thing is, this is the most beautiful competition of them all. And nothing can compare to this. Okay, competitors, you can now go to your pods. Assistants, you follow and leave the flag the same way as you did last time. And then we ask the assistants after that to leave the room. So make way for the competitors so they can go to their pods. But of course, you know, you're not allowed to start until we say so.
That's
so
right.
Just get ready.
And we will have a countdown as we did last time so that the crowd can get involved. If you're out there in the crowd and you're taking pictures, please use the hashtag FTD World Cup. That way we can see all the great pictures that you're taking today, and you can do the same for everyone else. You know, just kind of browse around and be inspired.
Yeah, and talking about social media, you want to know more about these fabulous competitors, I mean, just search them on Instagram and see what portfolios they have
my gosh.
to actually achieve to be here today.
When I had a chance to get to know some of them through their bios from Pear yesterday, I started following them on social media. And when I woke up this morning, it was like my Instagram was in full bloom. It was so
That's
beautiful.
the way it should be.
All of their posts are so gorgeous and vibrant. And this is a place where this competition you mentioned, this is like the couture fashion houses of Paris. These are the type of talents that we have with us.
It's at competitions like this we set the new coming trends for what you can find in the flower shops in the future.
And if you are an amateur, just looking for a little inspiration, prepare to be dazzled. Yes.
Definitely. And we're going to do as we did last time. We're going to walk around, Alicia and I, and give some insights, comments, and try to explain a little bit more of what the competitors are doing.
Yes, and to tell you a little bit more about them, because these are some of the best and brightest and most acclaimed floral designers in the world. They are authors. They have schools named after them. Many of them were born into the industry. Some of them are self-taught. It's an incredible and impressive display.
And it's all about passion, because a craft, an artistic craft like this, that's pure passion. Yeah.
And that's for sure.
So, and that we have seen so far, so we're going to enjoy so much more of it.
And just to watch, if you're out here thinking, what are we going to see as we watch all these competitors? It is so great to watch how calm they are as they perform their art, and they're in the zone, but it's almost like watching theater. It's like live open theater.
And I think because we saw for the first task, they even take the time to say hello, see how they're doing. They are in their perfect place in the perfect world for them. The World Cup in floristry is the dream of most floral designers in the world. So, I mean, it's so good to see they enjoy it.
Tell us a little bit about how you think they're feeling right now. You've been in their shoes before. You won the World Cup in 2002, so it's been 17 years. You've been an MC, you've been a judge. How are they feeling right now?
Well, what they just feel pure happiness to be able to execute all the tasks they've planned for so long. I mean, I don't think there's so much nervousness out in the room anymore. Now it's just like, please, can I just do it?
Yes.
To get all that creativity out of the system.
I see a lot of them shaking their heads when you said that. Yes, we are ready. They've been practicing, kind of like the Olympics, because it's a timed competition. So they've had their materials. They've done the rounds of this before. Now it's just go time.
Yeah,
it's just time. Not right now. But this is the culmination of their hard work. You said about 6 months of it.
Yeah, and I mean, the bouquets we're going to see them performing now, they have done those bouquets numerous of times. They have clocked it, they've timed it, they've changed it, they made it over and over again into perfection. And now it's the final time they're going to do it. And I mean, I remember, I mean, just the sheer joy of finally doing the last edition of it.
Yes.
So I think they're just eager to start.
Also in the house today, I don't know if he's still here, but the reigning champ from 2015. Alex Choi from Korea.
Yeah, he's in the house.
And so it must be so fun to now be on this side, because he just looked like he was really enjoying himself. And you know, once a member of this community, it's your floral family. They come to support each other. So we said, you know, what's your advice to all of these competitors? And he said, have fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is the simplest and best advice you can give someone at this point, because I mean, it is fun.
Yes. And I'm thinking that it's going to be getting underway soon.
Yeah, well, I think they're nervous. Yeah. So I will, let's tell a little bit more about this competition.
Yes,
because all of these competitors, of course, they have not only done numerous competitions, all of them have then won the selection competition in their country.
Yes.
So even before coming here, they have to prove they're the best at the moment in their own country. And I mean, there's so many good designers out there. So to stand here, as many of the competitors have told me these last days when I've been here, they're just so happy to be at the World Cup. And that is just the prize enough for them.
Yes.
But
We're so proud to host them here in Philadelphia. I really hope that all of you have a chance while you're here in our city to experience everything that makes Philadelphia special. This is the birthplace of American freedom. This flower show is one of our premier events of the year, and to host this is simply an honor. And the fact that people at home can watch it right now is just, it's remarkable, because, I mean, they're watching live history happening.
Yeah, they surely are. And I mean, this flower show is famous. I actually attended it 10 years ago. I actually exhibited here, and I was just amazed from what I saw. So I hope I have a little bit of time to walk around as well.
So welcome back.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome back to our city.
Yeah. And let's see, huh? Look at Hans there. He's just standing there being relaxed. All he needs is a drink in his hand. He's so relaxed. Huh? Oh yeah,
Water.
Go for water.
Okay.
Okay, competitors, you are welcome to...
Shall we count?
Okay, we do.
Join us. 10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start! Choo.
Did an Instagram live too while you were up there. You're so cute. Can we get a picture of you, Lisa?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you. Come on in, hon. All right. So, are we doing I'll do a selfie. Yeah. If we can. Aw, great. Thank you. We love you. You're inside.
So,
So we're going to start with Mexico.
yeah,
And we mentioned earlier, for those of you just joining us, this is Mexico's first year in the competition.
yeah. And as I said to you, Alicia, before, these are no normal hand tights, as you were asking me before. You said, but Per, what are they going to do?
So I
talking
had no
structure
idea
work.
what kind of bouquets we were talking about here.
We're talking world-class bouquets.
I see. So the structure was pre-existing as it was earlier today, and
Yes.
now here come the flowers. And did you have a chance to talk to Leopoldo about what he's doing here today?
Yeah, no, Leopoldo, he's all through his design, staying true to more of the natural expression and working with what he thinks is the more traditional colors and I think the warmth of the colors from his culture. So I think that's very interesting to see. And as you see now, working with a structure like this, Alicia, you see that both helps you to make something even bigger, something more
Wow.
design, and you get more control in your hand also of where the flowers finally end up.
Beautiful. And the end game here is just that you have to be able to hold this with one hand.
Yeah. So, I mean, one hand, but a well-trained, muscular hand and arm, that should do it. But we'll continue around and see.
Yes.
Because I know these bouquets are not going to be small, they're not going to be lightweight, they're just going to be incredible.
So, in between tasks, I was watching Hans here from the Netherlands start to assemble the structure for this, and isn't that so beautiful how the colors are going around?
You see
And
how they're graduated from the middle and then toning out to the two sides. And as I said, color is one of 4 criteria that the judges are scoring. So I know they put a lot of focus on color. So it's going to be interesting to see how he continues building out that. But I can bet you that he's going to work dark out to light in that art-shaped bouquet design.
He's shaking his head. Hello.
No, yeah, he's agreeing. But yeah,
Yes.
we professionals, we know.
Yes, so Hans, for those of you who weren't with us this morning, is a Dutch florist, inherited his business from his parents. That's the case with many of our competitors. Hans finds himself traveling the world to work with flowers and began competing back in 1993, where he won his first competition, which you said earlier. Do these flowers keep people looking young? This is the fountain of youth? That's amazing. And he says he strives to show passion, emotions, and feelings while also staying true to himself. So, I mean, we're looking at this was not what I had in mind for a bouquet pair.
No, but this is going to be a fun ride
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're going to see so many different shapes and sizes of bouquets.
Wow.
So from today, bouquet will not be bouquet anymore for you, my dear.
No.
No. Yeah, so I think we're going to go around
Yes,
the corner and
let's
see
keep
what
going around.
Bart from Australia is doing. Because as you might have seen, everyone looking at the designers, they're all very different. They all have their unique style
Yes.
and touch with the materials. And as you see, Alicia here, and Bart also, he has done a structure here.
Okay, so this is Bart Hassam from Australia joining us for this competition. Created his first wedding bouquet for a family wedding at the age of 13 and competed frequently in floral art competitions. So his first bouquet was when he was 13. Here he is with this task today, so this is kind of probably near and dear to his heart.
And the thing is, he has developed since that first bouquet, huh?
Thank goodness he's
Bart have won. He's been the Interflora Florist of the Year 5 times in Australia. He also won the Asia Cup in 2011,
Wow.
which is almost as big as the World Cup, I would
Look at
say.
this.
And he describes his style as being a crossover in between East and West. And I think we all can see that he's very inspired by the aesthetics of the Japanese culture and mixing that with the tropical materials of his home country. So it's a very interesting style he has and quite different from the others.
Per, other than being able to hold this with one hand, is there any other parameter in terms of size that the judges are looking for?
No, they're open to do what size they want.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it can be tall, it can be wide, it can be voluminous, it can all different sizes. And if you see what Bart is doing, he's both actually attaching material onto the structure and now starting putting flowers into what you described as the binding point. That would either be radial or parallel. So you can add on materials that don't need the water to the structure, and then the thirsty ones, they go into the binding point and into the vase.
I can't wait to see how these come out, because we're just seeing these structures now. Earlier, for the other competition, we had seen those structures the night before. This is kind of a first
This is
look.
good surprise,
This is the first look.
So we go and see what Solomon Leong from Hong Kong, what he is preparing.
Dr.
Oh.
Solomon Leong is a doctor of philosophy and cultural studies. Oh my.
Look there.
This is fascinating and gorgeous. Around every turn, you never know what you're
there's
going
a
to see.
There's a surprise every time. And as we see at the moment, Solomon, he's working all those gorgeous laturis underneath his structure. So,
Oh, wow.
but you see here, he has a lot of material, and he's gonna, like all of them, gonna surprise us. So when we're here the second time, more have changed. But look at those.
What-
One of my favorites.
Oh, those orchids?
No.
Which?
Look at the lily of the valley.
Oh, lily of the valley.
Can't you smell them?
Beautiful.
The perfume, it's
Oh,
lovely.
it's gorgeous.
So he has a lot of perfumed flowers going into his design. It's all perfumed roses.
What is this one?
Sweet pea. Oh, that's a ranunculus.
No, you're ranunculus, yeah. But
Yeah.
I never saw it in that color.
No, that's a special,
That's a very special.
specially grown Japanese variety.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And
So we
about
should also
Solomon
tell you,
then.
so Dr. Leong, Cosmopolitan Bride, Beijing named him one of the 50 influential Chinese voices in the wedding world, and he's also very acclaimed. His list of awards.
I mean, I tried to count all his silver gills and gold medals at both Chelsea and the Hong Kong Flower Show, and I lost count after 20. So he has achieved a lot.
There's something that he wrote in his bio that I think appeals to everyone here. He said, flowers are not a luxury, but they're a necessity to fully appreciate life and all the joys that flowers can bring. So sometimes we think only of special occasions when we think of flowers.
We need
but
flowers every day in
yes,
life.
well, I know you believe that.
Or
to be
what
true.
we need that flower on the breakfast table to start the day with a smile.
Yes, that's right. To bring nature into the home.
Definitely. And we're talking about nature then. We know with our next competitor, Primož from Czech Republic, that he brings his inspiration from nature, and he lives in phase with nature. So let's see what his bouquet. Oh, look at those sweet peas. How am I there?
Oh, they're
Beige
beautiful.
brown. And here we have another beautiful structure. A structure in
That's
layers. Huh? It's like a fairy tale, just seeing it like
Yes.
that, even before the flowers. Oh yeah, you see, he's also cool about it, yeah.
Yes.
And who doesn't like to be praised for their design? So yeah, it's gonna be so interesting to see how this come together, huh?
I just imagine the creative process coming into this event, because this is the premier event in the floral industry. And to think about, okay, have these tasks, and I want it to represent me and my philosophy, and so much of this is storytelling.
But what they do, they actually show their personality in their designs, and me having the pleasure of knowing several of them quite well, I truly see their personalities and special characters in the way they design. So it tells a lot about the person behind it. And standing in front of Primish, we have another well-awarded designer. He's won the international floristry championships in Czech Republic, in Slovakia, and in Poland as well. He's also the winner of the Gold Leaf for the Floral Arts Books publication. So he's competed a lot. He's won a lot.
And I also enjoy his motto, never conceal your feelings and not be ashamed of them, because you have a unique opportunity to show precious pieces of your soul to the world. Isn't that beautiful?
It. Yeah, that's so. He has a very beautiful soul, I must say. I think so. Yeah. Well, we will find out during these days, Primish. Thank you.
It's so special to watch this, because it's like watching art, but as I said to you earlier, it's like watching science. Because there's such a method to this presentation. There's art to it, but there's also geometry. There's math. There's science.
There is a lot of science. I mean, a floral designer is a true multi-talented person, knowing all from techniques into the aesthetics process. And Paul here, you see, I'm curious, what is he doing? I bet he's got water tubes in those when it's covered with papers, putting the flowers in.
Okay.
Yeah, see there. And look here, Alicia.
So this
That's
is the structure.
part of his bouquet. So you see now how
Lovely.
he then repeats those beautifully surfaces, the arches. So he's going to do the bouquet like that. Yeah.
I'm giving the at-home commentary of what I think about with these designs, but I did see arches.
You're getting really good at this.
By the end of the day.
Yeah, and a bit about Paul then, from Canada, British Columbia, and also a full register of competitions. The last couple of years he's done both the North Pacific Cup and his Maple Leaf Cup that he won last year, and he competed also in the Gateway to the Americas Cup last year. So another well-awarded, talented designer.
Yes, he also provides floral design education, as many of these competitors do. They are students, but they are teachers. Yeah. And he has a design services and wedding event decor company called Paul Jarvis Floral Design. So in Canada, this is a name that everybody knows.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, he studied also architectural and technique, which we really can see in his design. Yeah.
We can see here as the bouquet is starting to take shape.
Well, once we come back here for a second round, a lot will have happened here,
I was going to say,
Alicia.
when we come back the second round, we're going to see something completely different. This is incredible to watch.
It's just a true pleasure walking around, commenting and looking at these wonderful designs. And now we're heading into Elin from Norway. And there, see. And she's already going really voluminous and big here, huh?
And romantic.
Yeah, you say romantic, but see, with all those strong yellow colors as well. It's a daring color spectra. And Elin, she's a super talent from Norway. She started as an apprentice, and then when she finally got into the profession and started competing, she won it all. She won her first regional championships, and the same year she won the Norwegian championships. And she's also won the Young European Championships in Europe and continuously competing. So this is a talented girl.
What I think you can see reflected in her designs here, Elin says her interests include hiking in the woods to find inspiration for materials, cross-country skiing in the wintertime, and just being out in nature. She enjoys making pop-up art in nature and often wonders if these works of art are found by others later on. So she leaves surprises, beautiful pop-up art installations around to bring joy to others who may stumble upon them.
Yeah, a little surprise gift, and that's what we can see in her style, because it's very natural, but then she goes for those really like strong, almost like power colors. That's where the pop comes in there. So we'll see when we come back next time.
Yes.
What's happened there? We'll go to Sweden.
This is your home country, as we know.
That is my home country with Sophie Danielsson, sir. and she's making a bouquet the size of herself. That's
Wow.
incredible, impressive, huh?
That's lovely.
Okay.
Aylin
and-
says she spends a...
Oh, I have to cut in here. We have a time message, my
I'm so
dear.
sorry.
Yeah. We have now 1 hour and 15 minutes to go on this task. So another 1 hour and 15 minutes.
A little bit about Sophie. She is an acknowledged florist on the Swedish floristry scene. Her work is typically inspired by the natural habitat of the choice of flowers and materials. And she works in one of the most fashionable flower shops in Sweden.
She works in the most fashionable
cool.
flower shop
And
in
you
Sweden,
would
I
know.
would say.
And
I
also-
would definitely know, yes.
Yes, and she also makes TV appearances to go on the morning programs, inspire people, use her expertise to, give us a little bit of a, inspirational
Yeah.
boost for us at home, just trying to fill a box.
Yeah, and she reached the 7th place in the last World Cup that was in Berlin in 2015. And she's Swedish champion. She also competed in Singapore, where she got a bronze award. So yet another very experienced floral designer here.
Wonderful.
And she got some strong arms. Because, see, all of that also is going to go in. So I hope you spend a lot of time in the gym before this, Sophie. Good luck. Are we going this way, Alicia, my dear? We're heading to United Kingdom.
You're-
And here we have Laura Long, huh? Our dream girl. She's into the storytelling and fairy tale and the mysticism of flowers. And
It's very ethereal and romantic.
yeah.
Laura has been working with flowers for 30 years. She is an award-winning florist. She's a lecturer. She's a demonstrator with many years of experience as a retail florist, also a teacher. She has a bachelor in fine arts, and I think that you can see that
you
coming
can
through
see,
in her
huh?
work. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's very artistic. She competed in the last Europe Cup in Genoa, and she has several first places. She's been named Florist of the Year at Chelsea Flower Exhibition several times. And she has, I can't count all these trophies, but it's from year to year. So that's with many of these designers.
Yes.
They are passionate about not only the craft, but passionate about competing. Because I know competing for them, as it was for me, that is to challenge yourself,
Yes.
to grow through this. Because the best way to develop is, of course, to challenge yourself in a competition of this magnitude.
Watching these come to life is so fascinating. It's just, it's incredible to watch this kind of art.
And when it comes to bouquet is my absolute favorite design within floristry. I always judge a florist. If they make good bouquets, I know they're talented.
Really?
Because it's the most difficult and the core of our craft, because you have all in your hand. You have no other help. You can have a structure, but you still have to maneuver everything with your 5 fingers on the 2 hands. So I think that's the most beautiful thing we have.
Okay, so to you, the bouquet is the test of true floral artistry.
Definitely. I always
Interesting.
test people. I see how they do their bouquets, and I can tell a lot about how they are as a florist.
Okay,
Oh,
interesting.
see. Huh?
This is Kelvin Lee joining us from Chinese Taipei. He has established a flower design school under his own name. He did that back in 2006.
He's also the winner of Asia Cup in 2006, and works a lot as Laura with educating young designers. And here we see he's making his bouquet, but he's put the holder on the stand. So he's actually at the moment not holding it in his hand. He's arranging the stems into it until probably a certain time when he's going to take it up in his hand and add more of the flowers. So there's many different technical solutions to the hand-tied bouquet.
Absolutely. That's why I said there's art, there's science, there's math involved. And one of my favorite flowers there, the bird of paradise.
Ah, it's your favorite?
One of my favorites.
Yeah. And that's good. It's the one flower that's back in fashion again. It
Oh,
was away for a
was
while, but
was
it's
it
back.
out of fashion?
You never noticed? You always had it at home?
Just one more thing to mention. Kelvin began to train world-class contestants from Taiwan in 2007, and I love his motto. He believes that floral design is a kind of life creation and that plants can convey human emotions and stories.
That's what they do. What would life be without flowers? Huh? They communicate everything we don't dare to put in words. And we're with Tamas from Hungary. And look here. His bouquet is on the table.
Oh.
You see. So
He is
he's
the
also
current
made
European champion.
Yeah, he's the reigning European champion from 2016 in Genoa, Italy. He, well, was they won Hungary Cup, Eurofleurs, many competitions, and you see what he's doing now is that he's putting the flowers in, hanging them in the structure.
Okay.
And I know he's going to spiral that in a while when he has enough stems hanging in there, and then continue working.
To create the handheld piece.
Yeah, exactly, to get that binding point, the radial binding point.
Tomas first learned about floristry in horticultural school at the age of 14. So like many of us who, you know, are in high school thinking about what will we do with the rest of our lives, who do we want to be, that was where his first inspiration came, and then he opened his own store.
You remember, he was there studying just 1 week horticulture, and then he realized floristry was his passion.
Right.
And I mean, I think that was a very good choice that he left horticulture and went into floristry instead. We see that here.
And so he found his path. He found his calling. I think it's really beautiful to see that for each of them there is a theme. So you can see a thread from each task to the next. That some of the colors are bleeding through. Some of the ideas here, the dark background and these bright pops.
You have this with the emotional aspect of it, what they want to communicate. So probably with all the 3 designs, they have a theme, as you say. So let's go over to Germany.
I can see it from here.
Can you do this?
I can do this. Oh, we have to go this way? Okay.
Okay. We do what they tell us.
I don't want any broken ankles. Over.
No. I need you for another couple of days. So
we're heading over to Germany.
Yeah, to Stefan Triebe. He's the reigning German champion from 2016. And as he described it, when his design, he always starts from the material and then builds further on. And see the perplex he's having here in his structure.
Oh, I love these reflective, almost iridescent pieces. That's pretty.
And you see he's attached them onto branch-like structures. So it's this combination of modern, almost like, how to say, playful modernism, and with all those flowers inside. This is a very interesting solution as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to watch.
He's probably found those at one of the flea markets he usually visits to get inspiration and material, I think. Don't you think so?
Yes, and so I think that's like so many of us, to go and look around and find treasure in something that no one else is no longer using, right? So the kind of like the flea market search and find these gorgeous things. So I love that about his bio as well.
Yeah. So we turn the corner and then see what we found from Finland. So what color do you think she will work in?
Oh, okay. Well, I know that she's famous for pink, but I'm thinking she's going with her purple.
Here we are.
You said this was the more mature pink.
Yeah, I like the mature version of Pirjo. It's really creative, and that's the thing. The core with her, she loves being experimental, trying new things, and always learning more. And we can see here different materials she's using and the colors.
Just stunning. She's a passionate spokesperson for floristry. Pirjo's first floral demonstration was held more than 25 years ago. And as you can see, just from being in her presence, the idea of florals for her is also part of fashion. She wrote a book called The Beautification with Floral Jewelry, and so she's made it part of her whole persona.
Oh, yeah, well, Pirjo is one with her floral design. And she's competed a lot. She ended up on 3rd place in the last Europa Cup in 2016. And she competed also in the World Cup in Berlin, also gaining a 3rd place. So we'll see what's going to happen this time, huh?
Oh,
Very interesting this.
I just get mesmerized watching.
And what will Denmark find out now, huh? We were surprised by the
Yes, this
magnets
is
last time.
Christina Gudiksen from Denmark.
Yeah, she's the 2-time
Wow.
Danish champion and 2 times Nordic champion. And here we have yet another inventive solution for the hand-tied bouquet. So you see here that a lot of the stems go into her hand, but she also has in this structure water tubes that she can place flowers in, so she can both arrange and tie them in. So as long as the majority
pretty.
of the stems go in through that binding point, then it's a bouquet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you know the technicality of this. Christina began her career in a small shop in her hometown as after-school help before beginning her training. And then after graduation, she started working for a florist, and then her self-described world of flowers started to take shape.
Yeah, and we saw in her first design she used plants, and she's actually using the full plants in the bouquet design as well, because you see some orchids there with the roots and everything, so she's actually adding plants into the bouquet design.
Wow.
I mean, we have a house full of creativity, so
We do.
nothing will surprise us.
To China now, this is Yao Wei from Shanghai.
Ah, see here. He's staying true to his color palette. He told me yesterday that he really wanted to show the other side of the obvious color of China, because red everyone associates with it, and it's also the traditional one, but in that red we have the yellow. And his aim is to then express the warm color of yellow towards orange and beige in all his designs. And we see that here as well.
Really pretty. Flowers have been a lifelong passion for Yao ever since he was a child. He loved flowers, and so it's no wonder he incorporated that interest into his profession. And he says he feels fortunate that he loves what he does, and he's made a career out of it. And I think that's anybody who has any passion and has been able to make a lifelong dream of it, and to have a career. It's just incredible to watch.
Yeah, and another good thing he mentioned, he said, oh, I'm here, I love the competition, but I love being here, seeing what all my fellow competitors are doing. This is so much to learn from it.
Yes.
And I mean, being here on the World Cup and still being open to learn more, I just find that amazing. That is
And-
so good.
So you're inspired by each other.
Oh yeah, that we learn from each other. And that's why, I
Wow.
mean, that's why we say we're the flower family, because we share everything. I mean, we compete against each other, but we do it together.
Oh, that's so nice
That's
to hear.
the way we do it.
That's the true competitor spirit that people should approach anything with. And I think what we'll see is that trends will emerge from this competition. Global, international trends.
Definitely. Ah, see, Katerina.
This is Katerina Stewart. She is the competitor from the United States, coming to us from El Cerrito, California.
Oh, this is so cute. She's
Yes.
made a bouquet star. You see what it is? It's rubber bands.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
you see that. So she's made her frame with that. And I mean, when she was talking before, she said pop art, the 60s, the 70s,
Yes.
the playfulness. I mean, can it be more playful than doing the structure with rubber bands and then working with those happy colors inside?
Very happy, bright, cheerful.
Yeah.
After more than 30 years in the floral industry, Katerina still loves working with natural elements and is as passionate about flowers as she was as a child. It's when you have that childhood dream and you're living it, and you can still have that beautiful creative energy, that's a wonderful.
Well, I think being a floral designer preserves the child inside of you, and you take that out to play and discover new things, and that we see definitely here with Katerina.
I mean, I'm thinking that just being in this industry, the nature keeps you young. That's what I'm seeing all around me.
Or the cold temperature.
So Katerina says when she's not working with flowers, she loves to tend her garden, yoga, and hike in the hills and forests of Northern California. Many of the florists here are obviously the outdoorsy type because you're inspired by
Yeah, well,
your
that
surroundings.
comes from the material, the core of it, the botanical materials, and no better way to see them than in nature. I mean, we have the seasons, the growth, and let's see here.
Pear turns each corner like he's like a kid who's on Christmas morning.
I'm like,
it's so exciting. What are we going?
What
to
am I
see?
going to unwrap around the next corner? And with Kazuhiro, we're unwrapping a new bouquet design as well. Also see okay, competitors, you have another hour. There are 1 hour remaining on the competition time for the hand-tied bouquet task that you're now performing.
Kazuhiro Sugimoto comes to us from Okayama, Japan. He says his favorite flower is the orchid, so it's very interesting to see the choices that are being made. I don't know, what are those little ones right there?
Which ones?
What is he working with?
Oh no, he has a lot of different
Yes.
orchids. But then you have the sweet peas,
Yes.
and then you have some exotics as well, like proteas, and there's a whole lot of varieties in there. And we see the structure here again. You have that line with paper through it. He worked with paper in the other design as well. Paper and wood are two of the most important elements when it comes to Japanese design.
And you mentioned that his signature is minimalism and a minimalistic design, but that often that is the hardest to achieve.
Yeah, that is. Usually, the more you put in, the more you can cover, I usually say. But when you're keeping it to a certain level and not adding, but thinking, what could I take away? So minimalism is difficult, but it's, we can see the result, and it's so impressive that some go minimalistic and others they go just with everything, and that must say something about their personalities as well, I think.
Absolutely. He started working as a florist at his parents' flower shop back in 1998. So at the beginning, he wasn't interested in the floral design aspect, rather the business side. However, that same year, he met his master, Mieko Yoshino, and that changed his mind. He became an apprentice, and now he is a teacher.
Yeah, so he found his path as well, and we'll find our path over to Vietnam.
This is Nam Bao from Vietnam, coming to us from Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah, and he runs both a flower shop and an interior company, Peony Home, and the flower shop was named after his favorite flower, lavender, as well. And he's a very creative designer. And see, he also gone for a different shape. I didn't get an explanation of this one, but he has some creative ideas behind it.
It almost looks like a boat.
Yeah,
I'm going with boat.
It's all up to our inspiration here and our imagination. Nam, what do you say, huh? Boat?
Boat?
Oh yeah, he agrees, huh?
Nailed it.
Our competitors are so cool. I like that.
I love. Nam says he realized at the age of 8 that he loved flowers and nature and began cutting and arranging blooms that he found in his family garden as well as on the roadside. And he says, and this is his motto, flowers mean breath, love, and peace to him. Isn't that nice?
I love that. And with that, I think we walk further on.
This is lovely.
Yeah. Flowers are good for our soul. It makes us beautiful inside,
Breath,
I would say.
love, and peace.
So we are coming up to Spain and Lina Rouge. Oh, wow. Qué buen sorpresa, huh? Qué bonito. So, another surprise here from what she did the last time. Now we see we have all those beautiful pastel colors. She worked more towards the dark, but here, it's like spring in full bloom, isn't it?
Oh, hopefully this will inspire spring to join us.
Yeah, get rid of the snow. Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah. And Alicia, look at this. Look at Lina. She has those, quite small hands, but look at how many stems she get in there. So just that, once you do this spiral system in the right way, you can get so much into even the smallest hand. But she's struggling, but she has the experience. She's
Oh,
had her own
yes.
flower shop since the 90s. She's worked as a teacher for many, many years in Spain
Beautiful.
as well. So she knows the craft, and that's the key behind the spiral. You do that correct, you can make really big, beautiful bouquets.
What I love from her bio, she says, I'm very Mediterranean and love gathering with family and friends around a good meal, especially paella, as she's from Valencia. There are a few things as wonderful as sharing life and opinions around a table, which is just a beautiful philosophy. Have a nice centerpiece in the middle, a couple of fresh flowers, and you're good.
Just a little one like that, beautiful
just
bouquet.
just a little bouquet
Oh, yeah.
like this. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
we'll see what surprise we're going to have around the next corner then. Huh? Let's
Here?
see. No, it's not here yet. Let's see. What is Natalia, our competitor from Russia, doing? Aha. I will tell you the 3 key words she told me when she explained her design to me yesterday. She said there was brilliant, shimmering, glossy details.
Yes.
That was the one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, shimmering and glossy. That
And then
is
she said
indeed.
graphic.
Okay.
And we could say very graphic in a way there. And then she said intelligent.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm curious about but the intelligence, I think that is in the way she's done her structures. And you see how light now, because I think when she puts that bouquet on the stand, the light is going to go up through that bouquet. And that was part of the theme, that through light show the brilliance of colors. So that probably is the intelligent part of this one. Is that correct, Natalia? Yeah, look, yeah.
You, mainly.
And-
It's effervescent. It's so dreamy to look at. Natalia studied biology at the university in Russia, and then so that's even part of just the life force of flowers too, and the science involved in this. She says her motto is there is always something to learn and ways to continue developing. She's become a trendsetter of flower design in Russia.
Yeah, and she won the Europe Cup in 2011, and she's won Russia Cup, and the last time now she competed, she came in second in Estonia being actually her home country, but she lives in Russia. And together with her colleagues, she runs a very successful business doing big events, weddings, both in Russia and all over the world, especially around the Riviera. They do some
Very nice.
amazing floral dresses and gowns there as well. And if you look at your left side, you see her colleague there. She's always beautifully dressed in flowers.
Yes, this is so beautiful. You look gorgeous.
Much. Happy birthday for me today.
Oh, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
And this, like, make sure the camera can get a full. This is just the way that you show up to the flower show for sure.
That's the way to do it. Huh?
Flower show, flower dress.
Flower show, flower dress. Yes. Enjoy.
Happy. Flower happy.
Flower happy. Yes.
Good.
We all are today. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And happy birthday. Yes,
Yeah.
and good luck, she says.
So from
Beautiful floral crown.
Yeah. She's always dressed in flowers, and that's also part of the passion. And then now we're going over to Hervé from France, and look there how he's doing it. And what's in the middle there, huh? I'm too short. Oh, there's a little treasure chamber there. Lots of beautiful shells.
Oh, wow. This is Hervé. He's from Bellevue-sur-Mer in France. And he was almost born in a flower shop.
He and
In
his
a flower
brother,
shop.
Yeah. I wonder if he was born on the floor of the flower shop. But
His mother has been a florist for over 50 years. She passed on her passion to her 2 sons. He took over the family shop, and little by little, he's risen to the top. He wrote a book. He hosts a television show.
And what they do from his shop, they decorate all the most beautiful villas and yachts around the Riviera. It made me long for sun and warmth.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And he describes his design as being organic, true to nature and in one way simple. But these designers, they use the word simple so often, but there's nothing simple about their designs.
Right.
They're just amazing.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So we're going to pass another corner and see what we're going to find. So we are going to Oh Myen from Korea. And here we see a totally different structure, huh? But
Lovely.
staying true to this layering of materials that I explained on the other task, but here vertically instead of horizontal. And that is also that comes with a perfection. And you see, he works all the things into the structure and then down to his binding point as we have there.
O owns 15 flower shops.
And
in
his
Korea.
own flower school on that. I mean, does he have more hours per day than I have?
He's pretty impressive. Multitasking, that's what we call it.
That's true.
O is from Seoul. He's participated in numerous competitions and exhibitions, and they've allowed him to improve his skills, his understanding of floral design. He's a student and a teacher, you might say.
I think that's the way. I mean, through all of our lives, we both teach and learn. So that's the part. That many of us floral designers, that's actually how we proceed our careers. We learn new things all the time from colleagues, and they learn from us. So it's all that beautiful exchange of ideas.
I can tell you, the rest of us who are not in the business will leave here and never see a bouquet the same way again. These are magnificent.
Yeah, these bouquets, as you now have seen, we have one more to go.
One more.
But they are so special compared to what, well, the everyday person on the street would think would be a bouquet.
Our final competitor, Vincenzo Antonuccio from Italy, from Cortona, that's in Tuscany.
And he's here competing at the World Cup, the same thing as his father did in the 1985, I think it was, in Tokyo in Japan. And he is both a floral designer and an interior designer. He designs interior and also, I have heard, luxury kitchens. And here he wanted to combine the two worlds of interior and floral design to one. And
This is just so fascinating to watch how
Yeah.
everyone has
Oh, look,
interpreted this. I know there's these
you see there's
iridescent...
Perspex there in the middle as well, all those beautiful colors he has in the middle. And just look at this. Do you know the name of this flower?
I don't.
Oh, it's Gloriosa. It's, I would say that it's one of the favorite flowers of most floral designers on the floor here today.
I mean,
it's just one incredible flower.
It's art. It has so much art to it. It's just
Yeah.
like a work of art. It's
But it's the same as his bouquet. It's all delicate, all these small blooming, perfect flowers. So it's be exciting to see how much the bouquets are going to change during the next half of the competition.
So you mentioned it's in the family for Vincenzo. His father competed in the World Cup in 1989 in Tokyo. His father Carmelo, and now he is following in his footsteps.
And what
in
all
the family.
What they're doing here now, they're doing a hand-tied bouquet to be held by the one single hand, and inside of that theme, they were supposed then to demonstrate how color and light are inseparable. So that is why you see a lot of color in the bouquets, and you see in several of the materials that produce in one or other way reflect light. So hand-tied with color and light in it. That's the theme they're creating.
Okay.
And they have a total of 90 minutes for this design, which is the second of the day. Yeah.
Take a break for a second.
Organization.
guys are ready, we're going to come back to Mexico. We're about 1 minute from our 45 warning.
Yeah, and then I think we start with that
And
one.
our
before we go
45
to
warning now.
Mexico.
45 now.
Okay, 45 minutes. So halfway through this second task, the hand-tied bouquet. Competitors, you have another 45 minutes to go.
Back now to Leopoldo Gomez from Mexico. This is the first time Mexico has competed in the World Cup, the FTD World Cup, so very exciting.
That's the fabulous thing that we have more and more countries joining our floral family, as we were talking about, because the floral design is spreading all over the world. It's just something that fascinates more and more people, and I think it's very much in the time and the era now where we're more interested in nature and taking care of nature, and we all feel a need of flowers in the most hectic metropolitan lives that we live.
Leopoldo describes his work as introspective, in which the essence of nature can be perceived and intrinsic treasures can be discovered. And I think when we look at his work, we can see so much of the vibrance and the colors of Mexico coming through. It's beautiful.
And also when we look then at the materials being used, that also gives that feeling. I mean, I wonder if we would go and not knowing what country did what, if we could actually add the country, if we could guess that.
Oh.
I think for several we could.
Several, but some might throw you for a loop here. But I
Yeah.
think in this case, we really do get the feel of the Mexican culture. And so now that you mentioned the element of light in these bouquets, if you look, you can see in each of them something reflective or iridescent or,
Yeah, and if you look close up, you see all those wires.
Yes,
the colored
sparkly.
wire, the sparkly little wires as well. Yeah, and
Pretty.
Leopoldo, last year he won the grand prize in the Gateway of the Americas Cup, and he's been teaching for Smithers Oasis in Mexico for a long time, and now since a couple of years he started with his partner Bogar, Centro de Arte Floral in Mexico City, which is a both national and international renowned flower school.
beautiful.
So, the Netherlands. You see now, Alicia, how so much have happened in the bouquet since we saw them
I
the
know.
first time.
Now I'm getting excited to turn
Oh.
each corner back again to Hans Zylstra from the Netherlands and this gorgeous, colorful bouquet.
Yeah, I see. He did what I told you, huh? It's beautiful. Huh? Well, he did
He's
it what I
laughing.
tell him. He had the idea before. But really how he then started with those dark and also probably a little bit more masculine shapes. And he's going lighter and lighter and also
Wow.
more feminine in the shapes.
Yes,
Yeah.
an arc like a rainbow.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. You see the structure inside there looking more organic.
Yes.
And the stems inside of that. So they've all found very different solutions to control and maneuver all these stems they have in the bouquets.
And you do see inside, so the metal that's in there is the luminescent.
Excellent.
kind of-
There we have the light again reflecting into all the colors.
See, I'm getting it.
Yeah, you're being really good at this, Alicia, huh? But you have a good teacher by your side as well.
And I have the best teacher. Back to
And-
Australia. Bart laughed when I said that. Okay, so here we are back to Bart Hassan from Australia. He said your modesty is overwhelming, Per.
I don't know how to spell the word. No, but look here now at Bart, how he's solving this task. Because you see, a lot of the materials are on the outside, and this the contrasting, what he does. He looks for all these contrasts within the materials, both when it comes to sizes and surfaces, textures, and even the rougher to the romantic. I would say he's a master in finding those delicate differences between the materials.
So I am just the novice here, but it's interesting to note how some of the bouquets go high, some of them go wide. They're large. This one flows down.
Yeah.
That's so pretty to look at too.
And the thing is, they're all searching for something to be unique, to stand out. Because once the judges once again come out, they're already out on the floor. But when they are scoring these things, of course, when you stand out a bit, you get more attention, even from a jury. even though they're objective, but you need to get that, oh, that's interesting. So
The wow
off the
factor.
beaten track, or the wow factor, that's what you need to find here. And they all have found that, I must say, with all the competitors.
Again, Bart created his first bouquet for a family wedding when he was just 13 years old. He has since won countless awards, including the Interflora Australia Florist of the Year competition 5 times.
Yeah. And he runs a beautiful flower, well, there's actually 2 flower shops in Brisbane in Australia, Maison Fleur Floral Design, together with a partner, and just creating wonders, like they all do. So, yeah.
It's beautiful to watch.
I know he listens too much to us, so we go around and check Hong Kong instead, so he can work. Oh, we can stay along if you want to, Bart.
I think he's saying, see you next loop. Okay.
Oh, I know. He
Back to-
don't get disturbed that easily. So, Solomon.
Dr. Solomon Leong.
Oh, see.
I'm so intrigued by the center.
Yeah.
And
It's
if you look closely, you can see the kind of iridescent silver kind of coming out around the
Yeah,
edges.
you have a little
see?
bit of light in there as well.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder what material that is on the top. Yeah. Oh,
Leaves?
those are leaves, like
Leaves.
preserved leaves.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah. So then under that structure, he has then spiral-wise put in all the flowers, and then actually he's I think it's gluing in flowers as well. Yeah. So mixing different techniques, as long as, of course, we have the dominant technique being the bouquet technique down through your hand.
Wow.
Yes.
He
Beautiful.
describes his style as intrinsically influenced by the international, yet at the same time he remains quintessentially Asian with a strong influence of his native Chinese culture.
He's extremely involved both in the design part and the future of our profession. So he works both in the design-wise, but he's engaged in so many different parts of the industry. So this is one passionate florist.
Wonderful. Around every bend, something has just been transformed.
And I feel like running. I can't really just to
See
see
what Prem from Czech Republic
Yeah,
has been up to here.
yeah. He's a darling. Look at that. See how that he's creating those depths. It's all, I think, Alicia, now you're starting to understand this with volume and depth, because first you see, I mean, the first impression, but then you just want to go further into the designs, huh?
And the copper is providing that kind of source of light.
Yeah, because we had the
reflective.
light that would show the colors. So you don't have to go to like electric light to give that feeling of light. You can go with just shiny textures. And that can be both in the structure, and also if you look at the flowers, some are a little bit more luminous than others, and the more pastel and light they are. So it's simply incredible what they can achieve, these designers.
A little bit more about Prem. He says each plant to him is majestic and deserves a special place in the object he creates, but each element must also work together, which is what we're witnessing right here.
That is taking so many different materials, and then when matching them together, it just looks totally natural.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what these talented designers do. Good luck.
These bouquets.
Yeah, and now remember when we were at Paul the last time, he was just starting with his frames. Look.
And now we start to see it coming together.
Yeah, and a little bit
Pretty.
different from most of them. See, you see, his stems are most parallel. You know, in the beginning you said they can be radial and parallel, and radial creating the spiral, but here parallel instead. So this is the two ways we can do our bouquets in. And we also see how well those elements of structure. So once again, we have this with depth, 3 dimensions, and movement inside.
So this is a parallel bouquet?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be
And
a
when we
parallel.
get to another radial one, will you point that
Then
out
I
to
will
me?
point that out
Because
for
I'm
you.
really learning here.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
good.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an apprentice after this.
Yeah, and you see also how because when you talk about colors, there's different how we place them. So you see it can be darker on the one side and going lighter to the other. So we're always looking for rhythm, movement, and that excitement that keeps us looking further on to the designs. Yeah.
Paul started his floral career back in 1988 after he studied architectural technology, fine art, and clothing design. And I think we can see touches of, I think what you do as designers is kind of bring in everything that you know, and that's really part of the art of it.
Yeah, and that's how we've heard several of these designers, they design interior, furniture. I'm not here competing, but I actually designed and drew my own house.
Really?
So you can do so many things because it's all about color, texture, surfaces, and creating volume. So there are very few limits to these designers to what they can do. And Elin here, our Scandinavian nature pop art girl,
from Norway.
yes, and look there, that size of the bouquet. It's incredible. And there are some very rare materials there as well. That's the thing that I see with my professional eye. They've managed to source the most special flowers that we not every day see. So there's a lot of these flowers that, grown especially for this, or they've searched and searched to get it.
And shipped here?
Shipped it, yeah. A lot of it
Delicately to Philadelphia.
Yeah, could have come all the way from Japan, Europe, Africa.
Wow.
Flowers, that's an international thing. And
so you were telling me the two different types, radial
yeah, exactly.
and...
This is the radial. The Paul's was parallel, and here you see a radial bouquet.
Meaning that it splays out in a circular...
Yeah, parallel is just by each other, and radial creates a smoothing spiral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's when you look into your tumble dryer and it all twists around.
That's the radial.
Yeah, that's the radial. And
this is radial.
This is radial
Okay,
as
see?
well. Yeah, and Sophie
on.
from Sweden. And as we said before, she's really inspired by nature and the natural scenery. And I think we can definitely see this in this design, where we have, I would say, you have all the dead, beautiful bleached branches from last season, and then you have all the power of those flowers growing out of it. And probably the idea there could be that the light and the color comes from within the last season's branches.
Pretty.
Delicate way of doing that.
Wow. That's a bouquet.
That's one heck of a bouquet, yes. And we'll see, she's going to display it on a plate. Some put them in vases, others put them on plates. So there's also, you will see in the end, many different ways of displaying it. It's actually standing behind the bouquet.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Pretty. So the bouquet also has to, it depends. It doesn't have to stand on its own. It has to be,
no.
It can't.
No.
This one
and some bouquets can actually be diagonal or angled,
Right.
and other are standing straight. So there can be many different versions on the bouquets. And I see here we have another world champion in the house, Mr. Gilles Portier. How are you?
Good.
So you're
Tell us who this is.
This is Gilles Portier from France. He was the world champion in '97, was it?
Congratulations.
Yes.
And now you're here with us in Philadelphia.
Chérie. Oui, je suis désolé, je parle pas bien anglais. Mon épouse parle bien anglais, mais je suis ravi d'être à Philadelphie et de venir assister à la Coupe du Monde.
And my French is not as good. How is your English?
I can say something.
Yes.
He's very happy to be here, and he's always on every World Cup. Always here to support their French candidates.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, we have royalty in the house, right? We have all of these past
So far we
winners.
have
It's wonderful.
three world champions and a new one coming. Thank you so much. And we're back with Laura.
Laura Leung from the United Kingdom, from Stourbridge, West Midlands.
Yeah, and look at that one, huh?
You described this as, and now we see really the iridescent, the luminescent, all of this light coming through.
And we
the
see how
color.
differently everyone have solved it to bring the light into their design. It could be the botanical material, it can be perplex, glass, metal, different wires. I mean, there's so much creativity when it comes to the themed tasks here.
And that's a radial bouquet.
That is definitely a radial bouquet, my dear. You are good at this.
I'm working, I'm paying attention.
And remember, okay, competitors, there's another half hour remaining on the competition time. You have another 30 minutes to finalize this task. And remember, when we were here with Kelvin, he started putting the stems in, but not holding them. But see, now he has the spiral, the radial, and he's now tying that together, probably just lift it off the stand and see inside there. That's where he's going to display the bouquet.
Ooh, it has its own
Room.
chamber.
Yes, it has. Huh?
This is Kelvin Lee from Chinese Taipei. He's from Tainan, Taiwan.
Yeah, and he has his own flower design brand since 2017. He also works as a passionate teacher.
And also, he introduced the first Taiwan Florist Career Competition in 2017. So, you know, setting the precedent, creating a future for the industry in his home country.
And that is also a very talented country, like everyone here. So that's how we grow and change. So we'll see how that will look in the end. But we have to work further on. We have another half hour, as I said.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm really curious what Tamas is doing. See, I told you, now he's gotten all those stems together. So he has it in his one hand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And as I said before, Tamas is the reigning European champion since 2016. There's too many years. He's also won the Hungarian Cup both for young designers and, young and old, senior and junior designers. And he's now here, again, competing for the World Cup. He is our reigning European champion.
A little bit about him. Even as a child, he had a close relationship with nature and spent a lot of time outdoors, learning about plants, which species are the most beautiful each season. So as a result, he has learned how to respectfully use special forms, colors, and materials offered by nature. And I think that's what we see here today. And I love just this almost like a rainbow of colors that we're seeing.
Yeah, you see, because you have the whole color wheel or color circle, as we professionals call it. So the materials are placed in that order, and so it's a beautiful way. And with that black base, I still would like to know. I think it's wool, black wool balls. That is the part of the design, and the black creates such nice backdrop to all those. So that's how he gets the light into the colors with the black background, then, and have the
these
colors
touches
to
of
shine.
gold.
Yeah, and a little bit hint of gold in there as well.
Pretty.
Yeah. Well, we go over to Germany. Let's see. So we're going to see what Stefan has created since we were here last time.
Now, this is luminescent. This has a lot of light factor.
Yeah,
Stefan Triebe from Germany.
He has, and I say this as a compliment, he has created a organic botanical disco ball here. See, look at the wall. We have all the reflections here, huh?
Yes.
We just need some nice music to this, huh? That was something positive, Stefan. Don't take it any other way. But see also how that not only just captures the light, it transports it all through his stand.
Yes. Pretty. And it also takes the colors from the flowers inside the bouquet and sends them out to the world.
Exactly, huh? And getting that volume. So I think you were expecting small bouquets, huh?
I don't know that I was expecting small, but I am just in awe of what we are seeing here.
And as I said before, there are no size regulations on these hand-tied bouquets. They can be as big or small as the designer themselves want to. The only rule is that they should be able to be carried by the one single hand. So it's
and
the
the judges
weight.
will test this.
They will definitely lift them up when it comes to the technical criteria to judge them, to check so that is possible. And if not, they will have points withdrawn.
Okay. Beautiful. Around the corner now to our friends Pirjo Coppi from Finland, working in shades of purple and pink.
You see, she's displaying her bouquet on a plate on the floor where you see, all details are planned. You have the same shape of the container as the structure of the bouquet.
Yes, everything here is about a total look.
Yeah, I mean, we floral designers, we don't miss out on anything.
No.
There's a thought behind every single detail.
Absolutely, the total look here.
And as we said before, with Pirjo, she's an experienced competitor, a passionate teacher, a wonderful spokesperson for the profession. I mean, I know she lives her dream.
Which is the most beautiful thing to witness here today, that for every artist in any walk of life to be able to make a career out of doing this, what they love, and to take dreams and make them a reality is just so fantastic.
Yeah, and even in a stressed situation like this, I mean, you still see they are focused, they look very calm, I mean, they are secure with what they're doing.
I mean, you may call, of course, any competition evokes a stress. It's a timed competition. But there is so much peace when you walk around. And the vibe that you get from each artist, just watching them work, is just so beautiful.
And when we're coming now to Christine Gudiksen from Denmark, she's put forward her, what we would call vase then, but the podium where she's going to display her bouquet. And look at, cutting now all those stems perfectly evenly so that bouquet is balancing on its own stems. That's good talent, but it's talent we're expecting at a competition of this level as well.
Yes. That is a radial bouquet.
That is another radial bouquet.
Okay.
Gee, you want to come with me to Sweden and become a florist?
Open invitation. I'll take it. Yao Wei now from China.
Yes, and Yao Wei, he last year he won the Interflora World Cup China competition. He also won the Uniflorist Cup competition in China. So another experienced competitor.
Look at the reflective factors here now that have been added as they kind of cascade
look
down.
at those mirror parts in different colors,
Really?
but with a more organic shape, looking like, a vine of leaves or flowers, huh? Yeah, well, as I said, the house is packed with creativity, and he's now, as you see, also trying to get it all together. That's another radial one.
We talked about this before, but becoming an expert floral designer for Yao, it gave him a chance to study design, but also the means to demand more from himself, because we always are evolving and learning, even at this master level.
Yeah, I mean, we always have to challenge ourselves because we want to do more. Oh, go ahead, my dear. And we want to learn more, we want to experience more. And that's, I mean, I'm learning a lot walking around here because I get so much inspiration.
Oh, I am myself. And now back to Katarina Stewart. She is the competitor from the United States, hometown of El Cerrito, California, and working with rubber bands.
Yeah, rubber bands. But as we said before, she's inspired by pop art, and pop art was just, just playing with materials and using the unexpected, and I think that's a beautiful example of that.
Beautiful.
And then you have that structure that looks playful, and then the way she also then works with the flowers in a very playful, irregular way. So they really, the structure and the flowers, they communicate with each other, and that's, I mean, they should marry each other.
What I love to see as we walk past, earlier this morning we had the first architectural competition, and now it's this handheld bouquet. But as you look at the pods, as you say, in your industry, there is no missed detail in terms of a total package. Everything has a theme. And you can see that the vision is going across all of these different projects.
Yeah, they have a joint material, a joint color, and who wouldn't like to go cozy on this furry floor?
Yes,
huh?
because that's what I was thinking of when I said even this furry rug adds to the total picture here.
Yeah, and totally fits into that pop art theme. Okay.
Back to Japan now,
Yeah.
Kazuhiro Sugimoto.
And you see his bouquet is now in position
Oh,
on the
lovely.
stand where he beautifully displays it. So this of putting things in its perfect environment, that's what we can see here. And then we see that water column, how that actually then also reflects and give light to the design. And keywords for Kazuhiro, that's simplicity, cleanness, and perfection.
As a Japanese flower designer, he likes to incorporate a sense of authentic Japanese beauty and a technique of space, the spacing of his work. He excels at making dramatic flower designs with minimum materials, he explains.
Yeah, and definitely we can see that here. And that's a good thing. I mean, really to see these differences in between cultures and designers. So now we're going to see what our Vietnamese competitor, Nam Bao, how he has developed his bouquet. I see he's opened his podium now. See, he's put his explanation there. That's also something that designers can do if they want to. They can
Yes.
leave an explanation for the judges of their design.
So we're reading, inspired by the beauty of Mekong Delta.
The Mekong Delta. It was a boat, as you told in the beginning. You got an eye for this, Alicia.
And what did I say? A boat.
Yeah, you said boat.
Yes,
and it
I
is.
did. I did.
Yeah.
He says that it revolves around the river. Many of the villages are accessible only by rivers and canals rather than by the road. So this, I see. So we have by air, by sea.
And
I'm getting the
then
theme.
we're going to see what the third one
I'm
will
getting
be
the
when we
theme.
come back tomorrow. Huh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It's so intriguing to know the ideas
Let's see how
behind
this
this.
bouquet is shaping up here.
Yeah, he's. Look there. Oh, yeah. He looks
I
focused.
think Nam
yeah.
was excited when he knew
Yeah,
that I
we
was.
better leave
I
him
knew
to
it was
that.
a boat.
So, back to Spain. Oh, someone is sweating. Que calor, huh?
Yes, yeah, they're working hard here.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Lena, she is now not freezing at all. She's really warm. But she's been carrying this, holding this.
It's beautiful.
It's fantastic. But imagine how many kilos that can be for the
Yes,
designer.
It's lovely. And just so romantic and dreamy, so much of what we're seeing today. Lena is from Valencia, Spain. Her favorite flower is the red charm peony. Do we see this here?
No, that's the thing. She still have not used her favorite flower, but we have another design, so probably come there.
She says she likes to be up to date with everything related to the world of floral design. She loves teaching her classes. They're very dynamic. She travels, she learns. It's such a fascinating business that you're in because you learn from each other, and every corner of the world offers some sort of visual landscape that inspires you.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, the more international we have become, I mean, I feel old in this profession now. I've been here for many, many years, and I can see the changes and how we get inspired by each other. And the more international the world is, the more complex and interesting the designs become. So see here now, when Natalia, she's put her bouquet in the stand.
Look at this. And it's like a reflecting pool.
Yeah. So you have not only the reflections in the structure, but you have it in the stand for the bouquet as well. Even though that is for displaying it. When they judge the bouquet, they judge the bouquet itself in the hand. But they will, of course, be, inspired by how you display it as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
And as we said before, Natalia is a very experimental designer. She likes to challenge herself, always doing new things. And I mean, I've followed her for a long time, and she doesn't sit still with one favorite material or color. She always goes for the new.
Beautiful. She also has really made a business of these flower dresses you were explaining to me earlier.
I have to show you that.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
And also, just the business of decor at weddings around the world. It's incredible to see the scope of some of the talent we have here today.
Yeah, we have. And as we said before, do photos, do the hashtag. What was the hashtag again?
The hashtag FTD World Cup. And go through, follow these designers on Instagram. It is so fascinating. It's just to watch the art in motion, and the pictures that are popping up on my feed are so fabulous.
Good.
And I also am enjoying seeing how they're enjoying Philadelphia as well.
Okay, competitors, you have another 15 minutes remaining on this second task, your hand-tied bouquets. 15 more minutes of this second task of the day. So now
this one
it's
is
getting
going
exciting.
fast.
Yeah, but now let's see here. We have to step up here and see
Home
what
stretch.
the heck. Yeah, come on. Oh, I was talking about color before, Alicia. Look at the color on those shells.
Wow.
And look at the colors on the flowers.
Are they shells?
Yeah, and see
Beautiful.
how the colors on those shells, you can find them in all the flowers. And this with the hand-tied bouquet, color was the main theme.
Yes.
It's just delicately how the designers find the colors in all the materials and then connect it with the botanical material.
So this is Hervé Frézal from south of France, from Beaulieu-sur-Mer. So obviously inspired by the Riviera and just the seaside, but also just these colors are so romantic.
Yeah, but he's matching romance with the darker tones. You see, it's going to be displayed on that black, very strict podium as well,
yes.
to really
Okay.
then shine out, because we're talking about light before, light and colors. So not only within the bouquet, but with the presentation as well.
Hervé and his floral design team decorate for some of the most prestigious villas and yachts on the French Riviera. He took over a family business that was passed down. His mother has been a florist for over 50 years, so a lot of this is in the DNA, you would say.
And Alicia, what are those things he's putting in now? Fruit? Cacti? Succulent? Oh, it's succulent. As it's just amazing. Now he's adding that, careful there, he's adding that darker color
Ooh,
into
pretty.
it. Yeah. So, I mean, I talked about it before, but color, I mean, my passion. And you see how well they have worked with color, but that's also because for this hand-tied, that's part of the theme, to have the light and the color, and to show how light and color comes together. That's the main theme for this hand-tied.
I think with each competition, this gets even tougher for the judges here, the 6 members of the jury.
Yeah, it is. But I was talking to some of the judges in the interval after the first one, and they are ecstatic about what they have seen so far. They are so happy, and they asked if it was difficult, and they say, no, it's not difficult when it's this beautiful and this much talent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we have a lot to look forward to here at the World Cup in Philadelphia. And Spain is cheering on their competitor.
That's
I mean,
so
everyone
nice
is
to
welcome
see.
to help their competitor with a
Yes.
little bit of energy here in the running up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that is now also
Back now
curious.
to Oh Myung from Seoul, joining us today from Korea. Just incredible to see just the scope of the projects. Everything has its own flair. There's so much fashion to what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I think we could easily explain each designer here could run their own fashion brand in Paris and it will look very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you explain that is the case. This is the creme de la creme in this industry, and this will set the tone and the pace for the trends to come.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. That's how we develop our profession. The same. I mean, our competitions are just a bit more unknown, but cooking competitions, or we have, fashion, everything. We need to, almost like stress ourselves into competitions to develop, but once in them, it's pure enjoyment.
This is just fantastic.
And we see that Oh, he looks very well prepared. He's on time. He's even started cleaning. And look at those beautiful paper frames, huh?
And the attention to detail is
Yeah.
just so remarkable. Turning the corner now to our 23rd and final competitor. This is Vincenzo Antonuccio from Cortona, from Tuscany in Italy.
And so when we were here last time, I told you about these Gloriosas. And you see how they have now been added into the design. So if we look upstairs on those perplex, you see that the colors are totally connected in between those and the flowers.
Yes.
Okay, competitors, you have another 10 minutes remaining. There is 10 minutes to go on your hand-tied assignment. So you have 10 minutes to make even more magic.
Vincenzo's brilliance for floral design again comes from his family, from his father, who competed in the FTD World Cup back in 1989 in Tokyo. He went on with his father to found the School of Floral Art, Laboratorio IDA, back in 1995. He's been a teacher. He has international courses of floral designers in atelier schools. I mean, this is high end. This is the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I mean, they're all extremely passionate about what they do.
Yes, and they've all taken their skills and used it to teach the next generation and the people behind them. That's what I think is so generous about this floral community.
No, it is. And for those that are new in the room, the competitors now are finalizing their second task. And this task is, the theme is hand-tied bouquet, to be held by the one hand. And a hand-tied bouquet, the definition of that is a bouquet that consists of flowers, botanicals, and sometimes permanent materials tied together in a radial or parallel design. And then added to that, the designer is then, it said that color speaks all languages. And in this task, the competitors are challenged to create a hand-tied bouquet that speaks to all observer and demonstrates how color and light are inseparable. I mean, they come together.
It's so pretty to see that one right there,
Yeah,
as you get the
lovely.
full front view. Because I think that when the judges go through, they'll have a chance to look at these bouquets from all angles, because really this is a 360 experience, the bouquet.
Yeah. And
so we know that so many of you are taking so many beautiful photographs and videos, posting them to social media. Please use the hashtag FTD World Cup so that we can enjoy them as well and see what everyone has been capturing. I mean, at every turn, there's something beautiful to see here.
yeah, and really spread this passion for floral design. And as Alicia and I, we've been talking about, flowers are communication. And I mean, I already see so much still have happened. I would like to run another lap around, but we don't have the time for it.
I actually was tempted myself. Are we sure we don't have the time?
Yeah, we definitely don't have the time.
We definitely don't have it. Okay. We also really quickly want to thank the premier sponsor, Smithers Oasis, for providing support for FTD World Cup, this 2019 World Cup, this international competition, which has graciously come to our city. To be the host city of this is so special here in Philadelphia. Smithers Oasis has provided toolkits and other supplies for the competitors, a great supporter of the floral industry.
Yeah, and then for the interest, how are these designs then judged? We have the 4 criteria. The first one is idea, and of course idea, then originality, uniqueness, the interpretation of the given theme, the choice of materials to that theme, and also how that corresponds with the time they have used. So that's one of the criteria that they can maximally get 100 points for. The second one is color, and there the judges, they will look at proportions, dominances of colors, the expression of idea within the color, and how the color composition is done with contrasts, harmony, and also, of course, the placement of the colors. We've seen how differently they do that.
Each one is a work of art, a masterpiece in and of itself. And now, as I'm looking around to see how, as they put the finishing touches, they're displaying these bouquets. It's just magnificent.
Yeah,
if we look up on the screen, we can get because we wanted to do a final lap, but luckily our photographers are getting some shots so we can see
and
the
that's our
finished
third
pieces.
third criteria. It's composition. That's the general impression of, we saw different shapes, forms, the proportions, the style of the bouquet, also the choice of materials, how that creates that, as I explained to you, the movement, the rhythm, the directions of it, and also the respect of the materials. So those three are judged, as I said before, individually by the judges. And then the fourth one, that's technique. That's when they're going to go into the stand, they're going to lift it up, they're going to look under and over, they're going to check so the stems are perfectly cut, that the binding point is really tight, nothing will move. So it's that technical perfection. And usually at a competition of this level, they should score maximum on the technique, definitely, because and we have the 5-minute warning. Or your competitors, you have another 5 minutes to finalize your designs. Use your 5 minutes in the best of ways. We're loving what you do.
Is the crowd fascinated by this? Round of applause for everyone who is just so amazed by the work of these artists who are almost like theater in the round. This is like a live production of floral design. To watch it is so gorgeous, and just to feel the energy of the people who are here, with this front row seat.
No, it's incredible to see this, and I mean, hope everyone here and everyone on live stream, because there's so many people following us now. Huh?
I have been getting messages on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. A gentleman from France said, "Thank you so much for this live stream, because we feel like we're there in Philadelphia." So for those who couldn't come here, we're so happy to be doing this live stream broadcast on 6abc.com. We'll be doing that all throughout the weekend through the announcement of the new champion. And if you are watching this right now and you're at home, know that tomorrow there are 2 more competitions. There are 2 more rounds on Sunday ahead of the big announcement. So come down, say hello to us.
And I mean, it's incredible. Imagine, in these modern times, we have people sitting all around the world looking at this competition.
Yes.
I mean, dreaming of being here, but most of all, getting the inspiration from all these beautiful designs. So just spreading that message, I just think it's amazing. It never stops making me happy to the heart. Okay, we have another 3 minutes to go, competitors. 3 more very short minutes.
In terms of what people around the world are looking for, this is where the emerging trends in this industry will come from. These are the creative minds from each respective country represented, 23 countries, including the United States, including your home country of Sweden. These are the leaders, the visionaries.
These are, and that was a very good word, Alicia, visionaries, because what these designers are, they are visionaries. They're sort of staking out the future for us, or at least an optional future. And I mean, it goes for all 23, but top 5 and top 3, I mean, they are going to set our trends for the coming years. Because as we said, this competition takes place every 4th to 6th year. So it has a lasting impact on our industry.
Well, we are so proud to have this here in Philadelphia. It has been since 1985, since a U.S. city has had the honor of hosting this competition. The last time it was in Detroit. We're so happy to have it. Not yet? Okay.
No, not yet.
I know, because we are ready to count down.
I'm starting to get nervous, huh?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I feel such a sense of peace when I walk around here. I think, for the viewers and for the spectators, this is such a joy.
Yeah.
He's getting the cowbell, so we know.
Well, all of you, you have to help us. We're going to do a countdown, and then we're going to do this. I mean, isn't cowbell like a Swiss thing?
Yeah.
Or Midwest thing? I don't know.
We should have gotten a small replica of the Liberty Bell to ring. Work on that for
that
tomorrow.
Would have been something, yeah. So, how are we on time then? Okay, competitors, you've got 2 minutes, and they seem to get longer and longer, the minutes. So you have 2 more minutes.
It was a long minute, wasn't it?
2 minutes to finalize now. So, get it in position, do the last little trimming, because there's only less than 2 minutes.
For those of you who are our viewers at 6ABC, we thank you for all your support, and we also hope that if you aren't here tomorrow, you'll go to 6abc.com where you can watch live broadcasts of this.
But Alicia, if you're here today, you have to be here tomorrow.
You have to be here tomorrow. You can't miss the next round. And if you don't know Per Benjamin, he is an internationally acclaimed floral designer, the 2002 FTD World Champion.
Yeah.
You can clap. Okay, got a couple. It's just a title that is something that you aspire to, but then it's something that you grow with because you've taken that and you have used it to educate the people around you and all over the world.
Yeah, but that's what... Okay, 1 minute, competitors. The 1 single minute left of this second task, the hand-tied bouquet. So get the bouquet in position.
That means you have 40 seconds to answer that question.
Well, it means I don't even have time. I will answer it tomorrow because we need the help of all of you in the audience, because when we have another, the 10 seconds, we do the countdown together to give them the last little energy, and then we're going to do the cowbell.
Cheer them on.
Yeah. But I mean, when it's a matter of seconds, they seem to go quite slow. But the thing is, everyone that's attending this competition, they are going to be able to inspire a lot of the same. Okay, countdown starts from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Huh? So, tools down on the table, relax, no more work.
Hand-tied bouquet.
And just turn around and be proud of what you just have created. The room is filled with 23 amazing hand-tied bouquets.
So amazing. So this was the second task today. It's been a long day for these competitors from all around the world. We had the first task. It was like an architectural design.
Yeah, that was the voluminous architectural design.
And now we have their hand-tied bouquet. So in each pod, as you go around, you can see 2 of the completed tasks, and tomorrow 2 more.
Yeah, tomorrow we have first the table setting with the theme Power of Flowers. For dinner for 2, and
dinner
then,
for 2.
Yeah, and then have surprise task as well. But what we want now, because now the competitors and assistants are going to start cleaning up. So can you all in the audience make space for the assistants that are coming in now? It would be very kind if you even would like to go out and have a little break in the hall outside for coffee or refreshments or whatever, because we need to clean out here quite efficiently and fast, so we then can give space for the remainers of the judging. So I think we just say thank you from the stage.
Thank you, absolutely, and we will see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., for the third task, this table for 2. It's a dinner setting.
Yep, it is.
And then tomorrow,
and
later in the day.
People have eyes in the back of your heads now. You need to give space for all these assistants now. Assistants and competitors are our priority on the floor now.
Okay.
They need to be able to just get through and start cleaning up.
And tomorrow they also have a surprise task, you said.
So, see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
You for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the show floor is closed. Please make your way to the exits. Thank you.